Hello there guys, and welcome back to Coaster Tycoon 3. It's been a little while since we visited the park. Last time we were here was to celebrate my 200th video, which was a bit of an arbitrary milestone, I'll admit. But the reason for me doing this today, apart from the fact that, it's been a little while since we visited here, is the channel has just hit 100,000 views, 100k, I can't believe it. It only seems like a few months ago when I was watching the numbers slowly creep up towards the first 1,000 and wondered if I'd ever actually make the first 1,000 because it was taking so long. And then I remember waiting for it to hit the first 10,000, thinking the same thing. And yeah, it was a truly amazing experience just to hit that number. But 100,000, wow, who would have thought? I always hoped I'd get these sort of numbers, but I never figured that it would come as quickly as it did. So thank you guys, because it's all down to you. If it wasn't for you guys watching my stuff, then I wouldn't have those sort of numbers. And here's to the next 100,000. I want to keep it going. I want to build the channel, and I want to get up here. Actually what I want to do. Let's get rid of those menus list. So I thought I'd play Coaster Tycoon 3 a little bit more, make it into a sort of a tradition. Might not be the only game that I ever use for milestones, but certainly a lot of you after the last one asked me to continue doing it, so it is what I'm going to do. So I'm probably going to play this little video for, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so, see how things progress. If you watched the last Coaster Tycoon 3 video, it kind of ended a little bit abruptly, and that's because I played for so long, my SSD just literally filled up and ran out of space, and I had to cut it off quick. And yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing. But here we are, we're back. It's exactly where we left off before. As I recall, I think we did the... we've done Apprentice, Entrepreneur we've actually hit as well now, so we just need to get Tycoon, which is to get the part value up to £100,000. I'm sure we can probably do that, and then that'll be this scenario finished, and then we could move on to the next one, which will be a little bit more exciting. Let's pop some of these balloons here. So, yeah, I will be rambling on a little bit while I'm playing, because I'm trying to familiarise myself with the game. It's been a little while since I visited here after all. I'm just trying to look at the park and see what is going on. I'm going to apologise now if you guys end up hearing the torrential downpour of rain outside or the odd rumble of thunder. This is the delights of the British summer. It's a heat wave 1 week and then a 3-day-long tropical storm the next. Right, we need to get some more rides in here, but we are running out of space, mainly because of these big roller coasters and stupid slides. I guess I've got a little bit more space over here. Let's see what we've got in the way of rides. We've not got a massive amount of money either, so we can't afford anything particularly over the top. And some of these rides are also huge as well. I think we've got all of the current thrill rides that are in there. Tumblr's just had to make an emergency stop. Ooh, that's not good, is it? What have we got here? The Crappy Kiddie ride. Should we put more of those in? Water rides. We haven't really got any water, but I've got a feeling it might be worth just leaving that until we get to the next park now. I feel like if I put that in now, I'm just kind of going to end up having to destroy bits of the park to make space for something. What have we? I guess we could put Dodgems in. That's not overly expensive, and it's quite small. We could fit that in here quite nicely. Won an award for tidiest park? Well, don't we always? So let's pop that here. We'll pop the entrance on this side and the exit on this side. We will get our pathing tool first. Go on with the crazy paving. Always manage to miss a couple of blocks out whenever I do this. There's that done. Let's go and get some queues in here as well. Let's do it this way. Yeah, actually, let's go up the side and then back down again. That seems fair enough, doesn't it? Let's do that. And never remember where all the options are. Open or close vehicles, details. There we go. Let's change the colour of the queue a little bit. As usual, we'll make it as garish and disgusting as possible. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I like that. Should we give it some music? What should we give it? I don't know. Let's give it Funky Disco, because why not? And let's get that open, because, it's Dodgem cars. It shouldn't really need testing. What's going to go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? There's a ride... Oh, Tumblr's been fixed. That is a lot of puke. Lots and lots of puke. Let's get that cleaned up. Have we got a handyman? Maybe we should hire another one. start keeping track of our staff. Where are... Oh, no, that's guests, challenges. I'll click on the right button in a minute. Give me a moment. I'll get there. There we are. Staff. Janitors. So we have 5 of them. We shouldn't really need more than that. Oh, he's there. While I was actually looking for one, he actually came along and fine. Yep, they're doing their job. Can't really grumble with that. A little bit of sick over here. But, yeah, there we go. So, no, Park's doing well. What are we up to money-wise? Let's have a look. What is our value? 91, well, nearly 92,000. We're almost there, actually. We're doing very, very well. Very, very close to that. So, yeah, I remember when Coaster Tycoon 3 came out years and years ago, and I always loved games like this because I really enjoyed Theme Park and then Theme Park World and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't think Theme Park World was nearly as good as the original Theme Park by Bullfrog, and when Coaster Tycoon came out, you know, they were great games, and I'd been playing this for a while, and then I kind of put it to one side and forgot about it and spent the longest time actually not playing it. And I saw a friend of mine whose channel I also subscribed to started doing some Coaster Tycoon videos, and that made me think, oh, Coaster Tycoon, I really miss doing that, and decided to go back to it. But check his channel out, by the way, friend of mine, Shadowhawk2012. His channel is Shadowhawk's Randomly Generated Chaos. I'll put a link to it in the description under the video, but he's also on the right-hand side of my channel page, and he's got some really good stuff on there, so go and check out what he's got. Unfortunately, he's had some PC problems recently, which is... You know, it really sucks and it's really disheartening, especially for people who do YouTube. And he's been doing it for a few years now, and it's a really crappy thing when your equipment lets you down. And go and show him your support. He's got some really good stuff on there. He does a varied role and roster of gameplay, indie games and AAA, old school to new. He's got the original XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is an absolutely brilliant playthrough, absolutely fantastic. He's currently working through Terror from the Deep as well, which was the sequel, and if you watch that Let's Play very, very carefully, you might even see me in there. He's also done the new XCOM Enemy Unknown as well, but unlike me, he didn't crap out and do it on the easiest difficulty. He actually did it on balls to the wall hard mode, so go and watch that. It's old school CRPGs like Baldur's Gate, which was a fantastic game. If you've never played Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2 and you like old style CRPG games, you've got to give them a whirl because they really do set the standard for those kind of games. And he's currently playing through things like Awesome Noughts and what else is he? Unepic as well. He's just started playing through that. He's about 4 episodes in. So luckily, as far as I'm aware, he managed to recover all of his works in progress. So at least his channel's going to keep going. But yeah, pop over there and show him your support. Shadowhawk2012, and I'm sure he will make you feel welcome, as you guys have made me feel welcome to YouTube. So, how does a giant slide have to make an emergency stop? And more to the point, how does a giant slide make an emergency stop? Surely if you're halfway down the slide, it will just keep going till you hit the bottom. Okay, well, we seem to be getting some people on the dodgems. That's good. I'm just looking around and trying to see if I've got anywhere where I've got a space where I can put something else. I'm quite worried now that I'm going to have to destroy something else. I think it's this roller coaster. It's taking up a big chunk of the park, but at the same time, it's probably helping more towards park value than anything else. No attraction, Skyrider. I think what I'm going to have to do is delete some of this stuff here. Just to make space, really. Let's just clear all of that up. This is quite a pretty area, but it's space that I could be using for something else. So, yeah, let's get rid of all of that. There we go. Now, what's going on here with the ground? Can we delete that? No, we have to use the terrain tool for that, just to make my life more difficult. Giant slide has been fixed. I should be able to delete that, because it's just raised ground, isn't it? Oh, fun times, fun times. Where are you, terrain tool? We don't want to be doing that, do we? No. Don't want to do that. We want to flatten that off. Adjust terrain tiles. This is the... Oh, dear. This is the bit that always gets me. with this game. I always seem to end up stuffing up things with terrain. Right, okay, let's... Ooh. Where, is there not a terrain level tool? Smooth the terrain. There we go. We want to smooth the terrain. Flatten terrain. There we go. Well. There we are. Just find the right level to flatten it from. Is that it? Is that it? Of course, all people are worrying a little bit about the earthquake going on right next to them. There they are. Oy. Yeah, there we go. Ground's a bit of a funny colour, but at least it's flattened off, and we've got a space where we can put something else now. Oh, and I've only just realised, typical that I notice it afterwards, is that you can actually adjust the brush size. Well, isn't that typical? One of those little embarrassing things. Excuse me. To be honest, I never usually bother with the terrain tool. Most parts are normally flat, and I just build on the flat. It was even when I played games like SimCity. And I know it's a little bit boring, but one of the things I always ended up doing on SimCity was just completely levelling everywhere off as opposed to trying to build on different levels. So we've got a good space here now. And let's see what we can put in there. There must be another ride. We've still got some money. We've got $3.5 grand, so there must be something we can do with that. I know we've had a few new rides pop up. I'm never sure which. Top Star. No, I think we've got... Have we got Top Star? I thought we had... Yeah, that's that one there, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just I'm never sure sometimes which one is which. Right, so don't want a roller coaster. Thrill rides, chair swing enterprise. I think we've got all of these. Yeah, so what could we put instead? We haven't got one of these. I mean, it is a bit of a kiddies ride. Obviously, clearly advertising Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which, although we do get them in the UK occasionally, is very much an American thing. So, you know, this is very, very much advertising on the American side. But we'll put it in anyway. There's the entrance. There's the exit. Seems to be slightly raised up. I'm wondering if that's not caused by me messing around with the terrain here. But doesn't matter too much because we can get around that. If we use the regular path tool, we can actually... Oh, there is a way to raise it up. That's quite odd. Anyway, let's go around the back and connect the path up first, because that's the important thing. Oh, we do seem to be having quite a few terrain problems here, don't we? Well, I've completely ballsed this up then, haven't I? Right, let's try deleting... Oh, can't put the balloon in delete mode. Right, let's get rid of this path. Let's get this terrain sorted. Clearly I've ballsed it up. Right, get rid of the peanut butter cups. Get rid of my delete tool. Pop that balloon. Right, why isn't this ground level? Told them to level it off. It should all be level. Terrain tool. What's that one? Terrain textures. Terrain shaping. Smooth terrain. Flatten terrain in increments for rides and scenery. Right. Should all be the right level. Looks flat. Should be flat. Okay. Let's try again. Where's the ride? Right, what was it under, guys? Because I've forgotten already. It was the it was the kids one, wasn't it? It was the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Now, is that going to put down in the right place now? Yes, it's at ground level. Yay! Right, let's try that again then. Let us put our regular path down. And, yep, that works. And, oh, I've put it a little bit too far over this time. Can't really do what I wanted to do with the queue. Not to worry, there's always an alternative. Let's go this way and... yeah, that works. Well, when I say works, serves a purpose. And let us change some colours, because why not? I wish you could actually save presets for path colours, particularly as it doesn't seem to default to anything that you've set before. So if you wanted to have all of your paths a particular colour in the park, you'd have to keep going around and changing them all manually. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's a way to actually change it, which is a little bit of a shame. I know on Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, you don't have quite as much customization over the paths for the queues, but you do have about sort of 20 different path types to choose from. They're all different colours. So what shall we call this? I don't really think... Lollipop, why not? You never hear the music really unless you zoomed right in on the rides, and then it's just that loud. Yeah, whatever. It does ask some stupid questions. Okay, how are we doing? We've still got £3,000 in the bank. Our park value is £93,000. It's still going to take a little while to get up to there, which really makes me think we need to have something big like another large roller coaster. But I just haven't got the room for one, really. There's just nowhere I could put one. Unless we want... Oh, wow. The Dodgems is actually on fire. It's actually smoke coming out of the Dodgems. That's not good. We could potentially build a custom coaster and build it around the park over what we've got that is currently existing. Always a bit tricky to do that, though, and you do burn through your money very quickly. Look at all these people that have just letting their balloons float away. Look, everywhere. And another. Go buy some more balloons. Right, okay. More to the point is if we did build a custom coaster, where could we start it off? Because we haven't left ourselves a lot of space to put the station in. Oh, look, more balloons. I guess we could get rid of this thing down here in the corner and potentially put a roller coaster in there. Or we could potentially try and squeeze it in over the back somewhere. But then you have to be very careful not to clash with other coasters. What do we have in the way of coasters? Is there anything here that we could build? Shame I didn't leave some room for the water slides and things, actually. And then they do get very, very expensive very, very quickly. New attraction. Coaster Ball. Is that... so it's actually a new coaster. Let's have a look at that, actually. What is it all about? What have we got? Inverted, small vertical curves. This one looks quite complicated, actually. Let me have a look at... Go away. And let me have a look at the... Well, Dodgems has been fixed. Let's have a look at the pre-done designs for that coaster, just because I want to see what it looks like. Wow. What's the cost on some of these? That's not too bad, actually. 4,400. 4,300. And that one's locked. Can't technically afford this, but I just want to have a... Oh, it's not that big, actually. We could potentially fit that in. I know I said that at some point I'd like to do a custom coaster, but the thing is with custom coasters, they do take quite a bit of time with them, and I am terrible with them. And I'd sooner do that in a clean park where I've got a bit more room, because I've taken up so much space now. So... let's see if we can't take a little bit of a loan. Oh, wow, we still have a massive loan. Didn't realise we actually still had that loan going. Let's take that loan out anyway. And let us put that coaster in. Because it is one of the ones from the... or should we put that one in? Which one's going to be better? There's another coaster broken down. Quite a small ride, actually. Oh, wow, even the bungee jump thing's on fire. Okay, right, where can we fit this in that isn't going to crash my PC and still have a bit of space? There isn't really anywhere, is there, apart from that one spot up here through the trees. And then it's just a matter of linking up the paths. Yeah, okay, it's going there. Right, where is the... I can see the entrance, where's the exit? There's the exit. Can we make that work? Yeah, I think we can. So let's try our path tool. And that's the old crazy pay thing. We're going to have to remove some of these trees, sadly. And this is another thing as well. I love the fact that you can have these... don't want to go straight through the flower bed. I love the fact that you can actually put trees and flower beds and make everything look very, very attractive and very, very pretty. But then the problem you ultimately have is... Oh, I've balls myself there on the queue, haven't I? The problem you ultimately have is that you just run out of space, and sometimes you just don't have the space for trees. Especially in this park, because this park size is quite limited. So, let's put in our queue. Oh, that just worked out. I didn't think that was going to work. Is that working? Yeah, brilliant. Let's get rid of that. And what are we going to do with this one? I think, again, we'll leave most of it on defaults. So I'm just kind of relearning the game myself now, which is why I'm leaving a lot of the stuff on defaults. I think once I get into the... what a horrible colour. I think once I get into the second scenario, I will start to move away from the defaults a little bit more and start doing some of the custom stuff, because that's where it starts to get interesting, and I know that you guys want to see that kind of stuff as well. Let's just pick any old random music, and I'm going to open it straight away because it is a pre-built ride, so therefore it shouldn't actually have any issues. Just need to wait for some people to go on it now. So seems like it is an inline ride, doesn't actually twist around, which is quite good because that means that it's always going to, if it doesn't have any turns in it, if it just works like that, that's quite useful because it means it's only ever going to take up a 1 block, well 3 blocks because you've got the support, so a 3 block width in the park, so that's quite cool. So let's wait till we get some people on that, then we can go and have a look at that, because I've not seen that particular ride before. New attraction, monster trucks. Now that might be nice to have. The question is, can we actually fit that in anywhere as well? Right, let's start getting rid of some of this loan where we can. We are getting money coming in. Unfortunately, due to the speed that I spend it actually goes down quite quickly. Okay, right, so there we go. We've actually done it. We have actually... New coaster design is available. Okay, doesn't tell me for what. Is everybody in the park just suddenly let go of their balloons at one simultaneous moment for me to have a popping spree? I think that is actually what's happened. Look, every single balloon has simultaneously been released. How fantastic. So there's a new coaster design available. It didn't actually tell me what it was though, which is weird. Let us have a look. I don't see the point in placing it now as we've actually completed the... No, it's not a new coaster, it's just a new coaster design. Maybe it was... Yeah, it's that one. So, I don't see the point of actually building these because this scenario is now complete. I do want to see that ride, though. Oh, there we go, someone's going round on it. Oh, that looks quite interesting. Let us have a ride and see what it's like. Oh, wow. I don't think I'm actually aware of a real-life roller coaster like this one. I'm sure there probably is one somewhere, but... Wow, that does look quite gut-wrenching, that one. Oh, we appear to have ended up on a different roller coaster. Oh, well, fair enough. Right, how do we get out of this? There we go. I keep thinking that ride's on fire, and it's just the volcano from that little volcano ride there. But yeah, that's quite a cool little roller coaster because it takes up very little room. I should definitely remember that for future parks. But there we go. Now I'm quite pleased with that. Actually got the Tycoon, all objectives complete. Now we can move on to some of the other scenarios, which I think is good if I'm going to continue doing this series. I said I probably would, but it's not something that I'm going to do on a sort of weekly basis. It's just going to be an as and when thing, just when I feel like playing it, really. But I would like to do some of the other scenarios because I know there's quite a few people on YouTube who have done Roller Coaster Tycoon, and for the same reasons that I do, people prefer to play it on career mode because as good as Sandbox is, you have infinite money, all the rides are unlocked, and it kind of takes the point out of it, really, because you can't go wrong. So everyone tends to play on career mode, and then everyone tends to do the scenarios and starts at the first scenario in the vanilla pack. So what I'm going to do is start moving through the rest of the scenarios and do some of the wild and soaked scenarios as well, which are the 2 expansion packs, because I've never actually done those. I played the vanilla game, and even though those expansion packs add their own rides and features into the vanilla game, they've also got their own scenarios as well. I've never played through them, so that would be quite good to do. Quite interested to have a look at monster trucks, though. It says we've got monster trucks. Oh, it's an attraction, isn't it? Transport rides, pools rides, other rides and attractions, monster trucks. Oh, I see. So it's one of those. It's a tracked ride that people can actually ride along. Not as big as it makes these roller coasters look absolutely huge. When you get a coaster like that and you see how much of the park it takes up, and you think, right, all coasters are massive, and then you get a ride. Even this ride, this monster trucks, is big, but it looks small compared to that coaster. Still, I haven't really got any space I could fit it without destroying half of the park, which I don't really want it to do. It does work on raised levels, so if I had some space that was just pathing, there's every possibility that I could actually build it over some path and not have to destroy half of the park to place it in. But I don't think I'm going to get away with it on this occasion. Not to mention I can't afford it as well, which is probably one of the other reasons. But who cares? We've done it. We have completed the scenario. That means we can move on to the next. And I realise I am rambling, but that's what I've been doing for about the last half an hour anyway. So, back to the original point of this video, 100,000 views. In fact, we're actually over that now. It's about 101,000 because, as usual, YouTube is really slow in reporting any kind of metrics. But thanks to you guys. And I hope that you continue to stay with me on the journey. The Minecraft stuff is going to keep coming for the considerable future. And I'm going to carry on with the Let's Plays. I know I've toned them down a little bit. It's mainly because I just haven't had the time. And to be fair, the vast majority of people on the channel do come here for the Minecraft, which is why that takes priority at the moment. Hopefully soon I'm going to be able to start getting more of the reviews and news type stuff up and on the channel. And hopefully you guys will stick around and support me for that. Also, I'd just mention to any of you guys watching, particularly those of you who are subscribers, you can actually follow me on Twitter and Facebook. There are links to both of those accounts in the description below and should be on most of the other videos as well. The only reason I mention that is because I don't actually put them on annotations for the videos, and I know that some people don't have their annotations on, and some people watch on consoles and tablets and mobile devices and don't see the annotations anyway. So if you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, or both, the links for both of those are there. I don't put updates on necessarily every day. You're not going to get spammed with updates from me, but I do tend to put on there any important news about myself or the channel, and any updates if there are new videos going up or any delays. And normally when I put a new video up, I will put a comment on there, and again, landmarks like the 100,000 views that goes on Facebook as well. At the moment, I'm not updating them as regularly as I could be. The main reason for that is I don't have that many followers on Facebook or Twitter, and I know it's a little bit lazy on my part, but I think if there's nobody there to see it, what's the point in me doing it? And I know that's the wrong attitude to have, but part of me also thinks that maybe you guys just aren't seeing that I have those accounts, and that's why you guys haven't come along yet and subscribed to them. So I'll put that in the link. So thanks once again, guys, for getting me up to 10% of the way to 1 million views. Let's make that our next landmark. Let's make that our goal. 1 million views. We can do it. It's only taken, what, 3 months to get to 100,000 views. So let's try and do it within the next couple of years. If we do it before, I'll be happy, but that's what I'm aiming for. So thanks again for joining me, guys. We've completed this scenario. If we come back to Coaster Tycoon again for another landmark or another video, we will start on a new scenario, and hopefully we can have a go at some custom coasters. So thanks again for joining me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.